Hello, everyone. Welcome to Esoteric Ebb Wednesday. It's that time, it's that place, it's that game. Here we are again. Last time, we met a very cool little mushroom dude named Burr. He was delightful. He helped us out as we were down in the Undercoast path. We are joined. He's here. He's there. We met up with a tier in the Undercoast. We headed in, met a cool little mushroom guy. We killed a troll. Is what you missed, Danny. We did, in fact, straight up kill a whole ass troll. He was real big. But we reclaimed our legacy. We killed a troll. And yeah, with that, we were moving to rescue Frank, son of Frank, the man in yellow, from a cage behind the troll. It was chaotic, to say the very least. I also am very intrigued by this silhouette here, the one in the middle. I want to know who or what that is. Looks very bizarre. But yeah. It wasn't a ton of conversations, all told, I think, last time. That's just sort of the nature, I think, of Esoteric Ebb. They talk a lot. But now, what do we got? We're still missing one rat. We got the cool ion stone. This is our fucking troll tooth that regenerates health over time, which seems awesome. So we are for sure equipping that. We're equipping Meek. Headed to the Undercoast, robbed a snail tomb, got ambushed by skeleton. Oh, yes. I forgot about the skeleton fight, because it was all in the dark. We fought a bunch of skeletons, and yeah, then we found the frozen esoteric pocket, and yeah, here we are. The troll's most expensive piece of loot. Oh shit. Potion of healing, a bottle of milk? Why does that give me am I lactose intolerant? Is that why it gives me -5 constitution? A bottle of freshly squeezed milk. The label says it's produced in the hills, so it's the finest of the finest. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna. I am gonna put my hand on the pillar, though. The troll must have raided some Undercoast merchant. The pillar of yore towers before you. It whispers to you, unintelligibly. Touch the mossy pillar. You place your palm against the damp and soft surface. Yes. There is a sentience inside. The strings are connected with something beyond. It is easier to make out down here. It appears the esoteric power grows more intense the further down you go. However, you could try to reason with this sentience if you so desire. Yeah, I'll try to reason with it. Barely. Now, with the pillar so far beneath your dear decaying city, the voices are loud. You know damn well what they are. Only a fool would ignore it. The unreasonable assessment of death. Press your palm hard against the surface. Many have written about the pillars of yore. Modern scholars talk about them as Nothing but relics of the gate wars themselves. Gates themselves to other worlds. The world we all came from. However, Arcanists knew better. While it is not common knowledge, and most would consider it nothing but an esoteric conspiracy, the great men of old Dimonor understood the pillar. They knew they are gates. Gates. Dormant gates. But these whispers beyond are not some alien mind attempting to converse. No, it is but the mindless chattering of souls. Souls of our dead. They are finding their way into these dormant gates. Why? You cannot tell. But that is what these screams are. The yelling of the dead. How horrific. Let go of the thought. Yes. Yes, it is. But this is as far as you go. You understand little about this esoteric relic of the Gate era. Except the souls. You feel the dead inside. Oh. Yes. Something to analyze at a later date. For now, having discovered these many levels of the pillar, you feel confident in traversing the paths between them. I can travel between the levels of the pillar. This rules. Hell yes. Feel a connection to the pillar. It is not eerie, nor is it strange. But it is a familiar scent. One you cannot place one that is at the tip of your tongue, You don't quite get it. Right. Remember to feel as much as you think. The esoteric is not something to be only detailed on paper. It is a wild thing. To be lured and to be loved. Nice. It's good to know that I've secured these paths now. Secured? For the moment, yes. Remember, any part of the city below which is not continuously inhabited and tamed will eventually be reclaimed. Reclaimed and scattered. This thing is sure way more active than I'd imagined, considering it's just sticking out at the center of the city. A shift might be happening, but that is not for you to investigate. Not now. Leave it for now. Yes. In time, it will be more important. For now, you will do as all others do. When it comes to these pillars, leave them alone. Feel, cleric, don't think. Oh, thank God, I'm much better at feeling than thinking. Thinking is, it's a rough gamble every time. Every time he's got to rub two neurons together. The cage. You can open it. As you approach the cage, you hear a faint voice inside. Ahem. Won't you help me out of here, good fellow? On the ground, you see a key. Hey! Troll dropped it. It's for the cage, of course. You can probably ask for some type of reward in the scenario for like this. What do you know about the tea shop? Look, I'll be very happy to answer questions you've got, but please. You hear him banging on the bars. I'll be much more talkative with my freedoms in order. Who are you? Currently, I'm a man in need of a great savior. You think I should open it, Snell? Yeah, I think you should. The dragon slain, time to save the damsel. You hear a laugh from inside the cage. Get up. You got down. You can get back up. Why are you being a uncooperative fellow? You don't need to investigate. Oh, it's time to investigate. It's side quest time. It's a quest. You hear a laugh from inside the cage. A damsel. I'll take it. Now, please. Do you have an opinion, Etir? No. You've got yourself a whole council out there, eh? Gotta get everybody's approval, I see. That's okay, I'm not exactly dying in here, but I would appreciate it if you got the cage open. Meek, you have any thoughts on this? I like the cage. I don't say I agree, personally, but I respect your opinion. And that is that a mimic around your neck? I thought I'd seen everything. Right. Open the cage with the key. As it opens, you watch a well-dressed and surprisingly not so scuffed man step out. Ah! Yes! This is the feeling. Prince Meriadic Moonwatch. Freedom. The sweetest nectar of any band. Yeah, this guy? He's got style written all over him. Hold on, let me ask my 4 rats. What do you guys think? I gotta ask the weird little pinecone guys. Hey, Burr, should I open the cage? This must be Frank, son of Frank. Stare at him silently. The fancy freestrider flashes you with a series of pearly white teeth. Allow me to properly introduce myself. He smiles deeply. Hola, hejan, salve, amice. Check, hello and greetings. He bows forward in a deep, performative motion. My name is Meriadic Moonwatch, great merchant prince of reeds. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and quite honestly, a much bigger pleasure to be rescued by you. He looks to the goblin and immediately holds out a hand, presenting his palm. You must be a local tribe member. Great to meet you. He looks at the hand for a beat too long. Technically, yes. He shakes the human's hand. I'm Snell. Ah, of course. Meriadic says, returning a limp shake. Showing one's palm is quite the ironic visual for such a wealth-focused ideology. And you must be the city angel I've heard so much about. He bows his head before your celestial companion. Dzień dobry. Yes, to you too, although I admit I've only picked up a few words of celestial during my travels in Divinitorum. A prince? Merchant prince. It's a plutocratic thing. So a money thing. More or less. He lifts his head even higher to proclaim a single question. And who might you be? I am the great barbarian of Ascani. Be very afraid. Flex. Whoa! Love it. He claps his hands together. You, my good fellow, have just saved a top-ranking member of the Freestrider Revolution. So, now, let us get down to business. What can a son of Freethazen help you with? Anything you need. Convince him to pay you a lot of crowns. Why are you here? Well, let's start with, what do you know about the tea shop explosion? His smile drops. I suppose I should tell you a little story. Yeah, we've been looking for you, Mr. Frank Frankson. He nods to the goblin. I hope we can keep this under wraps, of course. But as you might have imagined already, I am down here without any permit. That sounds illegal. It is! Although it's a debatable case. He braces himself. I arrived in the morning and planned on taking a stroll through Tolstad before heading down. My presence was a bit of bad timing, really. A week before the election and a son of Freethazen arrives on the scene. That could cause a bit of havoc. And since our dear Ascani Reed's trade company was doing so very well in this election, I did not want to steal any limelight. But then, of course, fate intervenes. And just when I find myself before the Ascani pillar, a darn fireball goes off next to me. Just my luck. So, once the ringing had stopped and some goblins started swarming the place, trying to put out the flames, I decided quite quickly that this could end poorly for both my timetable and the poor people who had to deal with this mess. So you snuck away? Indeed. I rushed down the stairs. Since I already had my direction, I figured I'd postpone the upstairs sightseeing. Head straight down into the below, as you, people say. Stumble upon anything on the way? The Freestrider gives you a solemn frown. I saw something. You see, I have a pair of glasses. They allow me to detect magic, among other things. Where are the glasses? Lost, sadly. The troll shook me around, so they ended up somewhere down in the river, I presume. What did you see? I saw a man on fire. What? Specifically, I saw the outline of a man. Invisible. An invisible man. Perhaps I should describe it more like a... He scratches his chin and then perks up. Ah, yes! An invisible smoking man. My glasses allowed me to see him, at least the faint outline of his esoteric illusion. Where did you see this? I had just entered the, what is it called? The area right below with all the apartments and the big ravine. Pillar Crossing. You saw this invisible man at Pillar Crossing. Yes, that's it. I saw him heading across the bridge, or rather, towards the pillar. But at what time did you see this? It couldn't have been more than minutes after the explosion. How many seconds does it take to walk from the pillar upstairs to the pillar downstairs? 60 seconds, tops. Then, perhaps that. I was rushing to get away from all the drama, after all. Could you see any other details about this man? It was clear that it was a man. He was on fire, and he was probably wearing some type of armor. The silhouette made that fairly obvious. A human, I would guess. Too tall for a dwarf, too short for a, I don't know, half-giant. But really a humanoid slightly taller than either of us. I'm sure you're experienced with detect magic, but my glasses are not as powerful as that spell usually allows. So sadly, all I could see was that silhouette. What did the man do? That is the question worth a million tens, eh? What did he do? Meriadoc takes a deep breath. He went inside the pillar. Stare at him, blankly. He stares you back for a moment. It's strange, but let's be clear. At first, I thought I saw a strange esoteric event, or a ghost. Because this silhouette I saw, it went straight into the pillar of yore, right in, as if it walked into the stone, and the stone turned into, how do I describe it? A magical mass? Warping around the invisible man, his flames being put out, and his being merging into it. A miracle. A step into death. You're sure it wasn't a ghost, then? I have seen ghosts, good fellow. This was no ghost. It was an invisible, very real man. Wherever he went, once he was inside the pillar, his presence disappeared immediately, along with that esoteric force emanating from the stone. I've never seen anything like it, but I have read about it. The pillars of yore across the coast, the arcanists performed many an experiment on them. There have been reports found in hidden documents during the rebuilding of Thazen, you see. Documents from high-ranking arcanists. Pillar equals gate, as we just learned. Yeah, so he can do the same thing we just figured out how to do. Hello, Scoop. Welcome in. So he could go up or down, presumably, if it obeys the same rules as us. And it seems to be tied with death. Interesting. This is all kept very secret among the three-strider ranks, of course. Please tell me. I can tell you one thing about it, please. Find a logical argument as to why he should tell you everything. Hi, bud. He glances at your angel companion with her hand on the handle of her sword. Yes. This man clearly accepts logic. A rational human. A wizard, even. Mr. Meriadic Moonwatch, any information you can give me will help me in this case. Maybe it was the Lich after all. It's possible, because, yeah, like, it's tied to death, right? But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like he would have more opportunities to sabotage us, especially with all of his henchmen who have been helping us. I don't think he would be helping us bust himself. I don't know. Now, push the most rational thing he obviously desires. As any of those foolish freestriders desires. If you know something about the pillar, then telling me will not only help my case, it will also, most importantly, keep the first ever election of Norvik safe. He claps his hands together. You said the magic word, didn't you? Yes, I do worry that this whole event will curse the Freestrider cause. If you can keep things clean up. The Freestrider gives a reluctant nod. Maybe he thinks you're an idiot and won't figure it out even with help. He's probably right. All told, that's a good bet, in my opinion. Fine. The Freestrider gives a reluctant nod. As I said, this is top secret, so you did not hear it from me. He crosses his arms and looks out into the mist. The Freestrider ideal is meritocracy without magic. However, obviously we inherited the massive esoterical caches left behind by the Arcanists. While magic itself grew weaker over the years due to Arcanist greed, many of their findings are still quite useful to this day. Especially their scientific data. What's secret about this, then? They appear to have been in contact with Yor. The VIP is restless. He needs treats.
Pizza time.
Oh, buddy. You have been blessed by Pegasus Bat Spider. Bridge, hello, welcome in. You came in just in time for executive producer Grabby Hands. Bud, you can get up there. Come on. Oh my god, you dum-dum. There he is. Those are from Pegasus Bat Spider. I think I told you that. But oh, he's very stupid. Mona's all over your hands. What a delight. Delightful creatures. Think about what the oh, I didn't go back to the game cam. Yeah, he works so much harder to not just jump up there and get them. It would be easier for him to just go boop. They appeared
to have been in contact with Yor.
Think about what the reasonable reaction to this would be. Shock and horror. The wizard should be dead and gone.
Awe and terror. Intrigue and wonder.
Just let him explain it. It's not exactly a conversation or anything. They received esoteric messages not unlike the ones recorded during the Gate era by, well, civilizations like the Snail Folk who built all of these ruins around us. It was an omen, you might call it. Interesting that it's an underlined choice, which are the ones where it's like, this can have serious impact. And it's the only choice I have. That's cool. I like that. What did he tell them? The Freestrider taps his hand onto the pillar. Some strange codes. Taught them some new spells. The last message we found written down was by one of the arcanists of the Hagenshags. It was in order to stop. Stop what? To stop opening the gates. He raises his chin. You see. Then he places a hand upon the pillar beside him. They found cracks in the gates. The gates of Yor, leading to the outside. The places we all came from. Look up at the pillar. Teams of arcanists, back when they still wielded 9th, 10th, and even 11th level spells. They could enter into the pillars just for short stints. Many did not return, but those who did described a void of souls, alien worlds beyond, far realm aberrations, and paths within strings. Whatever that means. Their work was cut short due to the Coast War, but they got in, my good fellow. And Yor was not too happy about that. It did not appear so, no. He nods. I believe that Invisible Man, who most likely fled directly from the explosion, he too entered one of those cracks in the ancient gate, as unlikely and wondrous as that seems. If there is a rogue spellcaster capable of hiding inside the gate, then someone will have to apprehend him. How would you even deal with that? Like, do we follow him through the crack? Yes, Snell. We must follow him through the crack. Marietta chuckles. Good luck with that, I say. But unless you happen to know some ancient beings or, gods forbid, still alive arcanist, then I'm afraid you're out of luck. We found no realistic way to replicate the attempts to enter the pillar. It's not like higher tier spells are exactly common. What about a lich? He squints at you. What about it? Just hypothetically. Yeah, sure. Look, liches come in all sizes. We had entire cities run by liches back in old Diminor. Some of those arcanists who went inside the cracks and survived were liches. So yeah, if you happen to know a lich, sure. The lich might help you if they don't consume your soul first. You are aware that they are quite literally life-sucking horrors, right? Doesn't sound like the lich I know, but sure. Then I'm not so sure you know a lich, good fellow. What about an insane demi-lich? I'd suggest staying away from one of those, but really, even if you had one as your best friend, it probably would not have the power to perform such magic. Could a sphinx count as an ancient being? Oh, you speak of the Gyno Sphinx upstairs? She's quite the celebrity. Hells, if you can get her on your side, then why not? I do know some Freestarter researchers attempted to get on the good side of the Sphinx in one of the layers near Cree-Eve, but that didn't end exactly too well. Yes, I'll find a way in.
He bows his head. I am happy to be of service. Looking very worried for your safety. Your goblin companion, who stands quiet next to you as you discuss these methods of interplanar travel, raises a hand. Just to be clear, we're talking about teleportation. Like magical transportation. Uh-huh. What do you think? What do I think? Snell side-eyes the grinning freestrider before leaning in with a scowl. Look, I'm speaking on behalf of Lady Sageleaf when I say this. He takes you aside, a few steps away from Mariatic. The halfways want this handled, no matter the obstacle. Why does Sageleaf really want this so badly? The goblin thinks about it, letting his eyes land upon the pillar. Then he tells you, if we don't get something tangible, like, for example, this rogue spellcaster, then the halfways will be in a real shitty solution. Oh? Tell me more. Lean in. Economically speaking, the city is fucking us all the time. Sorry to break it, but your bosses don't really make it easy for us. My bosses? Yeah, they suck. Agree to agree. If the city manages to get their way on this whole fireplace failure narrative, along with all those damn zoning disputes, legally, we're looking to get completely screwed. Lots of tenants that we have to house without any permits for the apartments they occupy. Hundreds of buildings across Tolstad, commerce, living space, even some governmental locales. Whoa. If we don't get something tangible, or at the very least some type of leverage on your dear Magistrate Darrow, then he lets out an exasperated sigh. I have to do anything I can to put a stop to that from happening. The old lady put her trust in me to handle it. Even if it means traveling into the beyond? Yes. Even then. No matter what. No matter what. He gives you a determined frown. This could be very dangerous. No, I get it. The beyond. I'm not taking this lightly. I promise. Turn back to Mariatic. We've decided to go into the Pillar of Yore. Oh, how lovely. I hope you survive. If you do, I'll be sure to write a piece about it. Why are you here? Great question. I am on a covert expedition, you see. Lean in and whisper. Covert? Yes. I am on a journey to document the experience of the esoteric wonders beneath your city of Norvik. Meaning the maze of the water temple, the depth of the fungal valley, and of course, the great undercoast path itself. You don't have stuff like that in Reeds? Of course we do, but I've already documented most of it. And I'm currently writing my next book called A Freestrider's Guide to Ascan. But writing a travel book about a place you've never even visited sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? He laughs. It's quite the thing, this job of mine. Be quiet. I used my trusty collection of spells to make my way down. Some invisibility, some detect magic, some charm person. Following the directions I bought from an old retired cleric, a recommended source, I found the hidden path down from the Tolstad tunnels. Easy trip. Surprised me, really. My statement of he's so stupid I love him also applies to Mariatic Moonwatch. Yeah, this dude's a dipshit. This dude is an insane little rich boy. Did you cast Charm Person on Moongore? The bugbear? Oh, yes, lovely lady. Yes, I had to, unfortunately. Don't think she would have let me pass otherwise. Punch him in the face. Making quite the sucker of a punch, you swing your fist directly into the face of the Freestrider. He lets out a confused groan. What in the name of every bloody fucking ballsack?
Don't mind control women. It's rude. He touches his nose to make sure it's not broken.
Shit, gods be damned.
He mutters to himself and throws glaring looks at you. Then he clears his throat and straightens his back.
I forgive you if you don't do it again.
Don't worry. You deserved one punch, not more. I mean, one punch. Good, I suppose. You know a fair amount of spells. He stretches a bit.
It's not something I like to advertise, but yes, I've been trained since I was a lad. As you might imagine, the horrors of the magocracy make magic a less than desirable skill among Free City leaders of all kinds.
Tell me about this old retired cleric.
Of course, a fellow named Boris. He lives with a monkey.
A what?
A gorilla, to be precise. Ape, I suppose, his roommate. I'm not entirely sure why I mention it, but it just seems like the most natural point of interest about Boris's character.
I need to meet this man.
I was recommended to him as a source of information about delving and Norvikian navigation. He's apparently served as a cleric here for over 40 years. Hells of a career.
I'll have to meet with him someday.
For sure. He lives near the, what do you call it? The big facility built into the ancient ruins to the south of here?
The Palace District.
That's the one. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you as well.
He looks away for a moment.
Boris. Yes, a lovely fellow.
You have heard his name at some point. Boris Kierson. Never met the fella, but among the ranks, he's not exactly highly esteemed. And then the troll. He groans and rubs his eyes.
I really should have been more careful, but once I'd reached this far down, I figured there wouldn't be any trouble, so I just rested a bit under one of those mushrooms. Mostly to regain my spell slots, and, well, there's not much to say. I was thrown into a cage, interrogated a bit by that brutish troll. I spent my remaining spell slots on him, but nothing seemed to work.
Yes, he did seem quite esoterically resistant.
Indeed. Not entirely, of course, but every charmed person I cast just bounced off. At first, I thought this was due to his nature. Obviously, charmed person only works on direct humanoids. However, trolls are distinctly a giant variety. They even speak a broken offshoot of the giant tongue. So I'm quite confused over it, considering the esoteric freezing around the beast. I'm sure there was some strange pocket or biome effect that he carried with him. Quite strange.
Did you manage to talk with the troll?
Sure. If by talk you mean him screaming at me for a bit and threatening to eat me for a fair bit of time. Lovely experience. It'll go straight into the book. The last vestige of Ascani's brutish past. Yes, that'll work.
So, no useful information.
Well, the brute did mention how much he hated Earth. Sounded like he was one of the few who survived your dear god's cleansing during the city's founding. He also spoke about rebuilding the tribe, but I'm not sure what that even means. So good riddance, I say. Such a beast has no place in civilized society. Compared to the half-giants of Vorgune, I do not see much potential in trolls.
He glances towards your goblin companion.
Goblins, for example, are more or less stellar examples of the democratization of tribal cultures, if you pardon the expression.
Happy to be a stellar example for you and your ideology. Either way, he's gone now.
Hopefully. The way he fell down into the deeper reaches of the gravity flip should suggest a gruesome death. But don't take anything like that for granted. What makes these parts so wondrous and horrific both is the esoterically unstable nature of these strings. You never know what you'll get.
What are you voting in the election?
Funny that you mention that. I did hear that anyone authorized to stay within the city is allowed to cast a vote, which is a wonderful policy, and the Ascani Reeds Trading Company has surely pushed for its implementation. However, as an outsider and one of significant political power, I will not partake. A free strider choosing not to vote. Isn't democracy your thing? He shrugs. It would simply be tasteless. This election of yours should be decided by those who call Norvik home. Whether they've been here for a week or a decade doesn't matter, but I do not call it home, so I will not vote. That's why I haven't made my presence known here in the city. I'm here incognito. He's looking for a fight. You should disagree with him. He'll like that.
What he is arguing for is the destruction of your culture. You must not allow him to believe it to be anything other than a terrible, terrible policy.
I don't care. If you're not voting, you're useless. I don't care. If you're not voting, you're useless. He lets out a big laugh.
I like the spirit. Democracy only spreads with that kind of heart and gut. Keep it real, good fellow.
Do you know of an elf here on Tolstad?
Not really, no. I have a few elven friends in Reeds, but I'm quite new here in Norvik. How come?
Nothing you need concern yourself about.
How mysterious. But I won't pry, I swear.
Tell me more about you.
A dangerous thing to ask a merchant, Prince.
Well, I'm a dangerous man.
Wink.
Oh, no. Stare at him. Then look around. Then stare at him some more. He stares back for a second before continuing.
I'm just someone who could very easily talk your ear off.
Brother, I spent 2 hours talking to a lunatic philosopher. I'll talk to you. I'll talk to anyone. He lets out a hearty laugh and strikes a pose.
I've been known to bore officials in every city with my political rants and intrigue common folk around the coast with my tales. So go ahead. What do you wish to know about Meriatic Moonwatch?
Don't speak above yourself in the third person. It's pretentious.
I don't do it that much, do I?
Just don't.
Right.
So you're an author?
I am. Over the course of a very long and illustrious career, that's only getting started, by the way, I've written over 30 books to date. 5 historical biographies about post-war revolutionaries, those important figures who paved the way for free striderism. Over a dozen highly regarded novellas following the adventures of the fictional mage hunter Pelric Smed. And of course, the rest are my famous travel journals, the main series of which focuses on a band each, so I've only got 3 more to go.
Which bands have you yet to explore?
Divinitorum, since I'm still awaiting an official invitation from our free starter contacts in the Golden Horde. It would be much easier to explore the mountain and its slopes if I had a celestial bodyguard, would it not? Then Ascani, I'm here to research the book right now. And finally, Im. As I'm sure you know, it's not exactly a band friendly to outsiders. Even if you ignore the giant magical walls stretching across the eastern and western land paths, as well as the tree creatures tossing boulders at any ship nearing most shores, or the giant ethereal spiders, or the blood curses, or the infinite swamps, or the wild primal spirits. Even if you ignore all of that, Im's biggest issue for an explorer is simply the fact that we do not have a single contact inside its border. They do exist. We know of many folk who originate from its shores and forests and strange broken cliffs. However, since the Fade era, there does not seem to exist any large-scale civilization. One day, I will brave its trails. But it will be the last band I tackle, and it might be my doom. But If there are people inside those walls whose lives could be improved through freestriderism, then it is my duty to do so. You're quite the writer. I sure am. It is something to do during those long winters at my mansion in Thazen, or on those long ship rides along the coast.
How did you become a trade prince?
Long story. As in an actual very, very long story.
I've got time.
Wonderful!
He gives you an excited nod.
I was born during the Battle of Thazen. That's quite the detail, isn't it?
The Battle of Thazen.
Yes, we're talking tanks, hordes of flying legionaries, and the greatest floating city ever built crashing into the ground. It was the beginning of the end of the Majocrats. My father was the head of a minor noble family in Thazen at the time. He protected us as the city crumbled, and he swore on that day never again support the Arcanists. That was the day the revolution started as well. In time, my father joined them. As the wizards attempted to rebuild their city, freestriderism grew among the people. It was a natural event, like an awakening among folks, all folk. I was there, and I saw it every step of the way. The Arcanists no longer flew in the skies. They could no longer harness those infinite power sources. We mortals could now strike them down. Me and my sisters have fought with the revolution all our lives. As we won, our family's trade corporation was regarded as a cornerstone of the Freestrider movement. We were ordained as a high corporation.
Cleric, I've got time. Snell. A tear giving Snell a conciliatory pat. She's only been here for a few hours, but I think she gets it.
We were ordained as a high corporation. Once I'd proved myself worthy as a spreader of the ideals, I was granted a position within the corporation as a trade prince. That's been my life ever since.
How old are you?
I am 57 years old.
What the fuck?
He bursts out a wild laugh.
Good gods, yes, I keep forgetting I don't quite look it. Being a trade prince has its perks, you see. Ever heard of a potion of longevity?
The what?
Longevity. It's a potion that extends the drinker's lifespan.
How expensive are they?
Arguably invaluable. However, if I were to do some head math, by supporting my personal coven, funding their brewery, and buying all the ingredients, I've probably paid somewhere around 1,000,000 for each of them. Maybe more. That's maybe upwards of 2,000,000 crowns.
I don't think I can afford that.
Fair.
Can I have one?
No.
Had to try.
I admire your attempt. Even the Mega Coven can only brew 1 or 2 of these potions in a given year. As you can imagine, they go to whoever has the most resources.
How many have you had?
3. It's quite risky to drink anymore, though, so I probably won't. You see, they get progressively more side effecty the more of them you ingest. And considering what my coven tells me, I should probably be happy with a natural death now.
That's interesting.
Sure is.
What is a trade prince?
I oversee certain branches of the Moonwatch High Corporation, for one. There are some responsibilities of the revolution, of course, but that's really more of a side hustle. The writing being one of them. Lots of politicking and lots of traveling. A very fun position.
Must be stressful.
Sometimes, but I like it. Perhaps I'm a bit of a thrill seeker, though.
So you just travel around a bunch?
Most of every day, every year, yes.
Yeah, he's a good 57.
I haven't gotten tied down yet, so this exciting lifestyle is what I've chosen. We'll see if that changes in the future. Perhaps I'll get married. Who knows? What about you, good fellow? You tied the knot yet?
Your heart, it is pumping. Alert! Alert!
Your goblin companion glares at you.
Ah.
Oh, sorry. I must have mumbled. I said Do you have yourself a woman? Or perhaps a man? I'll be honest, I've yet to research how the Earthfolk manage their intimates. Buggering isn't outlawed here, is it?
Gods, I hope not.
You really can't handle a conversation like this. Can't you dodge it or something?
Atir's many eyes land upon you, and then the goblin.
Snell, are you okay? Is it?
Yeah, this is normal. Don't worry. He mutters back to her. I, attempt not to faint.
Sorry, must seem like a strange question, but you'd be surprised. There are tons of cities all across the coast that try to regulate and codify what people do with their bums. It's all really quite ridiculous.
Attempt to have this conversation.
You raise your head. The nervousness is gone.
Hope it's not bad to ask.
Ask about what?
Oh, sorry. I must have been unclear. Just wanted to ask about buggering.
But.
Yes. Is it legal here in Norvik?
Yes, I believe so. Norvik has no laws dictating sexual activity between consenting adults. Legal courtship in all marriage is also open between all folk types and adult people over the age of 21 in human-scaled years.
It is legal then. Good to know. So, about my original query then. You got yourself a special someone at home, my good fellow?
The deep question that haunts you at night. Your sphere of annihilation.
Clear your throat for an uncomfortable amount of time. No. Oh. Stare at him. Nervously.
Well, I wish you well in the future then. If that is a thing you even want to begin with, of course. Many go through life alone, and many do it without a standard experience of love. And that is all valuable as well.
Keep staring at him. He nods and smiles. Is this the guy who dropped the yellow hat?
Most likely, yes.
It's not illegal, is it? Because if it is, I certainly haven't been doing it. Hand over the fancy yellow hat.
Oh, won't you look at that?
I found it in the city below, just upstairs. It's yours, I assume.
It is indeed. I must have lost it at some point. I did get in quite the hurry.
He reaches into his collected packs and pulls out a book.
This is the least I could give you in return. A signed, limited edition copy of Beyond the Reeds.
He hands it to you with gusto. Thanks.
I tried to infuse my writing with Free Strider ideals, and it's proven quite popular across the coast. Hopefully it's a sign of the times, of Gia's good fortune to come.
He smiles and puts on his fancy yellow hat.
It sadly does not suit him. You will continue imagining him without the hat. Gods, I love this hat. It's been on a lot of adventures, you know. Anyways, any questions I can help you with?
Disadvantage. You punched him in the face. Ooh. Oh no. What?
You literally missed the opportunity to ask him.
What? When?
When you saved him before, that would have been so smooth. Now it's too late. Maybe.
Hey, Mr. Mary. You're still alive, right? He looks down on himself.
I do believe so. Yes?
That's good. Give him a thumbs up. He returns the gesture with a goofy grin on his face.
You fool! What about the money?
Oh, right.
Yeah?
Mary, can I have money? He laughs.
You sound like my sister-in-law.
Snell laughs. Feel embarrassed.
Anyway, anything else you needed, cleric? Well, he laughs it off. That's not the worst outcome. Try it again later, though. Might work.
That's all I've got for now.
Very well. I think I'll pick myself up here for a bit. I think that darn bastard troll dropped some of my belongings down the riverbed. Hopefully I'll be able to recover some of it, but either way, thank you again, good fellow. You've performed an amazing service for me, and the entire revolution, if you believe some of my fans. He presents his palm to you. I owe you a great deal. If we ever cross paths again, I'll be sure to repay you. Yeah, don't shake it. Present your palm. The free strider shows you his palms in an open gesture. Well then, if you need anything else, I'll still be here for a little while. But good luck out there. And if I have time, let us speak again on election day. I'll be sure to hang around Tolstad when it's time. All right. Goodbye, Prince Moonwatch. Okay. I want to see what's over here before I warp through the pillar. Your stomach churns. What is this? A snail door. It allows you to enter. Why? Old prison, Upper Hollow Ridge. Do you have any idea? Master, beware! How frustrating you are.
That voice. Young and androgynous?
One more time, eh? The Snell door. Only Snell may enter. This piece of shit. Don't let him get away this time. That's an initiative, gamers. Ooh, okay. Oh, Apple Bright Euphonies. Apple Bright Euphonies is a great skill also. Use it with instruments, and you can create some really good sky-based memories with it. Oh shit, watch out! The masked assassin lunges forward. Die, die, die!
The dagger connects. An agonizing feeling shudders through you.
As the angel readies her sword, dark energy surrounds her. What? There is a flash of surprise on the angel's typically impassive face. The malicious energy swirls around her. She fails to swing her sword. Snell spins his sling. The bullet flies dangerously close to the assassin's head, missing only due to the constant movements. You face the assassin and consider your options. They are slight in build and light of voice. This is not a grown man. This is but a frightened child. You can create some great sky-based memories with my used parachutes pre-deployed. Don't worry about that stain. This is but a frightened child.
Even youths must be taught a lesson. You learned yours well as a boy.
Damn it, I got stabbed again.
Your flesh cannot take this.
All right, step one, grease. You rub your fingers together, feeling them become slick and smooth, and extend your hand. A bright smear of grease appears and splatters against the assassin and the surroundings.
You could use this spell for cooking sometime. Fried foods.
This is serious. Some sort of squirming shadow has already started forming around the assassin. The shadow formed begins to writhe and spit out tentacles. Panuzu, Kishtinumenuzu.
The tenebrous coils grab and slap at you, carving deeply into your very spirit.
Every time grease lights up, I'm going to press the grease button. I got to grease that assassin up. They're not looking, like, hot, too. They're looking all, like, puppeted almost. The goblin is struggling with the tentacles as well. Atir seems to be faring better, but is also occupied by the squirming darkness. Atir seems to be able to touch the energies that specifically swirl around her. She simply grabs them, and you watch as the ornate hex turns to a stark yellow-white brightness. She crushes the disparate tendrils together into a sphere of scalding light. May darkness burn! Then hurls it at the assassin.
Incredible. Once again, this woman is a beacon of light in a mired world.
The assassin jumps out of the way, just barely avoiding getting hit by the radiant flames.
You horde fascist! Die already! Why do you keep doing this? Stop!
The assassin tries to fake out the goblin as he winds up another shot.
Fuck you!
He fires off the stone, hitting them squarely in the upper thigh. The masked one, while actively channeling a potent dark energies, lets out a high-pitched scream.
Jesus, are you a kid or something? We don't want to hurt you. Stop fighting.
Jeez. Common slang, shortened from Jesus, often used to exclaim a sense of shock and or annoyance. Jesus, a titan who roamed Ascani during the Fade era, famous for his visual similarity to a goose, only a lot bigger. Some ancient monuments found in modern-day Vizca seem to indicate that this titan died for the sins of all minor geese.
Fuck you!
The tentacles aren't done trying to rip you apart just yet. They are placed such that you can't make it to the assassin before you deal with him. Smart. What do you do to deal with them?
Resist the tentacle. You brace yourself against the tentacles. They slap you.
Jesus, the great goose god.
They slap into you, wrapping around your limbs and writhing. Your vision splits. You are both here and elsewhere. You see the outline of a twisted, gnarled tree as if through a thick, dirty film. It stretches far into the sky above you, or perhaps far below you into the ground.
You hear whispers in your mind, maddeningly just incomprehensible. Yeah, Puma.
You steel your mind and focus on the image of the assassin, still twisting their hands, and the vision fades. The tentacles are recoiling from you, as if they tasted something bad.
Things are deteriorating. All right, before we begin round 3, I've run out of snoozes. Twitch is making me run an ad. We'll resume this fight, round 3, 3 minutes. Ringing the bell now. So would it be Geese? Geezus? 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 Place your bets. Round three, place your bets. We got a cleric, we got a goblin, we got an angel. All beset by dark tentacles wielded by a single, small, greased-up little warlock. Dark horse candidate is the warlock.
But unfortunately, the cleric remains standing with only 3 hit points left to his name. I do wonder whether he is going to be able to survive another attack. I suspect that he is not. Can I press the heal button now? I'm gonna. Good. Oh shit, I almost rolled max on that heal. I'll do that in the decoy. Oh no, you've been having connectivity. You've been having connectivity issues. That sucks. Is it like Storm in there, or is it just bum service? Or Twitch. Could also just be Twitch. Just hiccuping. Yeah. Frustrating all the same. I do love Constitution, which is why I keep leaning into all of the Constitution checks. Constitution is my favorite of the stats. Strength is a little too fascist for me to actually like them. I do want to go through as, like, a full charisma dex rogue sociopath. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right, we're back. Round 3 starts now. The assassin's knife glows with dark energy. Heavy smoke spills from its edge and drifts as though suctioned through the mask. The smoke clears and the mask firmly planted on her face, glowing faintly. Hilda, purs, carpa, mut. The assassin's eyes turn black as the shadowy tentacles begin to rise once again.
There is no other recourse. It's time to finish this.
The assassin lifts her hands like a puppeteer, and the tentacles follow. One after another, the tentacles latch onto you, focusing their ire on your helm.
Your helm! Queasy death throbs in your blood.
Cleric, this must end. Now. She grabs her blade and flies towards the target. The swing cuts through the layers of the shadowy tentacles, clearing most of the path for you. The goblin whips another rock at the assassin. A shadowy tentacle slaps it out of the air at blinding speed. Ah, gods! One last chance.
You will finish this.
Strike! Strike true!
You stomp through demonic tendrils, charging like an enraged gull bear up to the hapless assassin. You gauntlet your gauntlet meeting her face.
The assassin wobbles and bends. One final jab.
You punch again, and that is that. You would feel bad about punching a teenage girl if she hadn't tried to kill you so many times.
Her dagger flies across the chamber, and the assassin collapses, unmasked and unconscious. There is a lull as the chaos of the fight abruptly cuts off. She's just a kid. A dangerous child indeed. It is a pity to see someone choose to be dangerous when they're so young. The assassin's eyes, now fully maskless, open. You step forth. Fucking bullshit! Stare at her. What are you looking at? Go fuck yourself! Let's just take it at a dungeon. She's earned it. That would be protocol. However, the angel swoops in, peering, her many eyes peering onto the wannabe assassin. What is it? It appears we have to rethink this apprehension plan.
Why?
Etir pulls back the girl's hood slightly to reveal her face more clearly in the dim light. Oh, shit. Oh, shit! Wait, what the hell's? That's...
Wait, are you?
If you tell my dad about this, I'm going to actually kill you.
The girl scowls.
Oh. The magistrate is not gonna like this.
Holy shit.
Yeah, take an LR, it'll last longer. Now will you let me go?
What makes you think that is even remotely a possibility?
Because I'm so nice?
She gives you a sad smile. No, you don't get to be snarky after what you've done.
No. Go shove that stupid slingshot up your ass, goblin. It's not a...
He shakes the leather strap.
It's a sling. It's a weapon, not a damn slingshot. Young lady.
She tenses up.
I have a duty to your father. You are included in that duty. That you have tricked me into assaulting you like this is highly annoying.
Her normally monotone telepathic voice is instead shot out into all your minds like a rumbling volcano.
You are going to immediately take...
Freitas laughs.
What are you going to do if I don't? Kill me?
Your angelic companion lets out a strange, wobbling noise.
She is furious.
Scary. So she can get mad. Lovely.
Let's put it like this. I'm going to walk out of here, and you're not going to mention a single word about this to my dad. In return, I'll stop trying to kill you, okay?
So you've been stalking me all this time, huh?
You're not exactly difficult to find.
True.
Yeah. You do realize how loud you are when you're stomping around in those boots?
Hey, he can be as loud as he wants, you hear? Thanks, Snell. Fuck yeah, brother. Where'd you get all this cool gear?
What do you think?
What, did your dad buy it all?
No.
Tell me about the magic you were casting.
No. Now let me go.
Sure. I'm just wondering one thing. Why?
Why what?
Why the fuck are you trying to kill me? She scoffs. The girl glances at the mask on the ground beside her. Snell kicks it away. No. Answer him.
Fuck it. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I signed up for this stupid fucking deal, okay?
Whose deal?
I needed easy spell slots. He wanted an extra pair of eyes. Win-win. But then he started asking for these night outings and these reconnaissance missions. Then he tells me to push some dumbass cleric into the river. I don't like killing people, but sure. Totally worth it.
Oh.
But then you come back, you asshole. And whatever I do, you just keep fucking.
As she speaks, the mask next to Snell begins to glow.
Get down! Damn it. I knew that would happen.
Esoteric bullshit. Just look at her.
You happy now? I just broke my damn contract because of you.
That is a blessing, young lady. She lets out a loud groan.
I'm a warlock. Or was. I had a whole thing worked out with Mr. Toilet Worm.
Your patron.
Whatever. I don't care anymore. This deal was ass, and I didn't want to do it anymore anyway. So there. I'm actually perfectly fine with my awesome mask being turned to dust. It's fine. Really.
She does not sound very fine with it. She gets up and drops her cloak.
I am going to leave now. And Etir, you don't say a word about this to Dad.
Do you believe for a moment that I care for any of your puny commands?
Oh, God's puny commands. Do whatever you want, then. I'm actually going now.
Should I just let her go?
Whatever shadow magic she was channeling through that mask will surely be lost.
She must be apprehended. However, it might be best to let her father do that. You should speak with him later once you finish your quest. There is darkness in her heart. You do not wish to remain near her for long.
Fine. Let her go. The bratty teenager starts walking towards the exit.
And seriously, do not tell Dad.
The angel's many eyes turn to you after following her out of the chamber.
This will be handled at a later date. I assure you.
Ha! The goblin lets out a series of stilted laughs. Ha!
Fucking hells! A teenage girl and your boss's daughter? That's actually funny, you have to admit.
Young lady, what have we told you about warlockism? We're very disappointed in you. No dessert for a whole week for making a pact with an eldritch god. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh well. Let's go see if Mr. Toilet Worm is hiding in any of these tunnels. I suggest caution. There will surely be more dangerous things in this cursed place.
Meek agree. You hear your scarf mutter, then shiver.
Bad thing here. Deeper.
In the grand hall around you, the one so filled with the sounds of clashing blades, now grows eerily quiet. You see two paths, each leading into darkness. Time to see what's down here. That looks like a trap. Is that a trap? It's not. All right. Shocking. A snail door that seems eerie.
Oh, I love the snail. Oh, I love the illuminated snail manuscripts in the sewers. Oh, that rules. Yeah, why does the toilet worm want me dead?
There's something in the water. You approach your companion. Oh, I didn't mean to engage with Snell. I meant to engage with this. What crimes has the cleric committed against the toilet?
You approach the edge, and terrors arise.
I should have healed. Oh! Oh no!
Ever glad him in the pipes. Hello, Regan. The maw below.
You hear hyperventilation coming out of the goblin.
Beast of the far realm.
She looks ready to strike.
This is it. This is the true test of your stature. Can you truly stand against a creature of the void?
Biblically accurate frog. Try to calm down. Breathe.
You hold it in. You must.
Hold it together. Hold in your guts and let your heart pump its blood. You face the vast darkness of an empty space in those abominable eyes.
Far have you delved?
It says,
I am happy to greet you.
The aberration's voice reverberates against the cold, wet walls of the sewer chamber.
Naru Supir, I am enamored
Impressed.
Lucky to witness. Shivers.
1,000 eyes, each focused on you. This is something evil.
Now, speak. I have some questions for you. Knowledge is a commodity. Knowledge is my trade. I am a simple merchant. Trade, dragon. Trade with me.
This thing won't kill me? It does not look like it. Not now.
Are you okay, Snow?
He nods without taking his eyes off the horrific aberration.
Yeah.
He takes a breath after holding it for a while.
Don't fuck this up, please.
Tyr, what do you suggest? You see her clinging on to her blade. A telepathic message in your mind says,
This is beyond our combined strength. I suggest diplomacy. She appears calm and collected.
I have to pay to ask questions?
Each thought carries costs. I am generous. Cheap thoughts I give freely. Expensive ones will require sacrifice. What are you? I am the other which is beyond, not the big other that you keep close to your chest. The small other, that is I, what you find yourself longing for in the dark.
That is very philosophical.
Yes.
What is this place?
Stones laid by snails. This was their prison, a complex to throw the unwanted and wicked for centuries. Then they burned. Millennia passed. Dwarves repurposed it. A cistern. Each pipe spread to voices, thoughts, talks, and whispers. I love it.
A deep growl causes the ground near you to quake. Do you have a license for this pool? The maw widens slightly a few painfully long seconds after you finish your question.
I have never been asked that question.
It's important to check with the local government for stuff like this. It lets out a low, chuckling growl along with the answer.
Yes, Dragon. To answer, I bought a delve and prospecting license under my legal name in 501 AE.
Oh, actually? Shit, for real?
Yes. The paperwork is archived. If you require it, I can get it prepared within 5 to 7 office days.
Yes. I'll come back to get it then.
Wonderful.
Are you the one they call the Everglad?
Yes. That is the name I adopted. The original title of my claim was considered too difficult. When I signed my first warlock servant, we agreed upon a more modern name. Everglad we chose. It is appropriate. It shows my everlasting happiness.
The beast's elongated maw appears to widen even further. So your original name was just too incomprehensible for us mortals to use, I presume.
No. It was just hard to pronounce. Ho ho ho. I am laughing.
I see.
You are, and you will.
Wait, warlocks?
Yes. You had run-ins with my former servant. The girl.
You're the one who sent her to kill me.
Yes. A big Misunderstanding. Freya did not perform as to her promised level. We went over it many times. It was not a sudden decision, I assure you. I made sure to go through the appropriate steps. I offered training, magical enhancements, hex incantations, and even free knowledge. None of it was enough to get her to the appropriate performance. Thus, we had ended up having to cut the patronage short. Very unfortunate. It is not often my warlocks end their service in anything other than death.
He clacks his massive teeth together.
I go through one servant at a time, so the position is now open. Interested? Cleric?
The goblin looks worried.
I would ask your goblin friend, however, I sense hesitation for outsourcing on his end.
Uh-huh. You send your warlock to kill me and then offer me their job as your servant?
Well, it is something to be considered. Your performance, after all, is very admirable.
I will respectfully decline.
Ah, how come?
I already have a master. Earth.
Ah, yes. Your dead god. We can discuss it later. I do not wish to push you into anything. I offer nothing but the best of terms as a patron of the dark.
Could be cool.
By the gods, do not. The more it beckons.
You haven't explained why you tried to kill me.
That is correct.
Stare at the monster.
Such knowledge comes at a price.
The monster's eyes focus on you.
There are many things I know you want to know. My trade works as such. You tell me a secret which I do not know. Then I grant you access to knowledge beyond yourself. A fair exchange. Free trade.
You sure you're not a free strider?
Not quite. No. Though I admire their propensity for intrigue.
The tentacles writhe around the cistern.
It goes like this. The fourth, the fifth, the minor chord, the major lift. You hand me a secret, I value its depth. I grant you knowledge in return. A fair trade is offered. I assure you.
I don't think I have a choice to debate the rules here, do I?
No, Ragan.
The monster then stares at you, waiting to be fed a secret from the crevices of your mind. What if I told you a secret about myself? A personal secret? I was arrested during the Asgalist Rebellion. I was arrested during the Apprentice Rebellion. Your goblin companion cannot help but show you a shocked, very shocked expression.
I am actually aware of that. It is in public record.
That is not your secret.
I did it for a girl.
Oh. What? That's crazy. You're way cooler than I thought you were, cleric.
An arrest is nothing to celebrate, but it is surely no dark secret. The monster closes his many eyes and growls.
Yes.
The cleric's name could just be pronounced Ron. Oh my god, you're right.
I don't think I ever made that connection. Because I always, at the very least, slurred the G. It's either Ragan or Rang. But no, it could just be Ron. Oh no, I'm Ron. That's horrible.
Yes, that I did not know.
Let me share knowledge in return. You might have heard whispers of another creeping beneath your city, one hoarding knowledge not much unlike myself, a rival, you might say. That fool refuses to do business, I'm afraid, but one of my favorite secrets is the tale of his past. The Nothic hiding under Norvik, the last of the Hagen Shags. The last of who? He lets out another growl. The Hagen Shags, a house of arcanists, masters of an alchemical productions, as well as necromancy. Is his name Viskin Hagenshags? These, if you excuse my tongue, wannabe warlocks were destroyed a long time ago. Unlike certain other houses, they did not survive the fall. Publicly, there's a Hagenshags Nothic under the city. Himvrak. Oh no, this is somebody else. His lair moves along the esoteric shuffles beneath, having mastered their chaos a long time ago. A truly mad genius. He arrives in the city alongside the first settlers you see hiding among them. Back then he was human, set to turn the Tulin ruins into his own personal flying fortress. Oh, did Bondaval marry into the Hag? Is it Bondaval? It could be Bondaval. I don't remember. Yet he gained more knowledge than he bargained for in those halls and tunnels. The esoteric madness brought him into the darkness. His petition to Earth was the only showing he did, before disappearing permanently from the human life. A petition rejected. In his gravity-flipped tower, the Nothic plots and plans. What's he plotting? His empire, of course. Not that it will ever come to pass. A lone wizard in a time of ebb does not even a party make, let alone a kingdom. Yet he stalks the halls, hoarding books, stealing artifacts. The most important secret here is one none in the city knows, even those aware of the skulking Nothic below. What? He is building something, Naru. Decades of planning, all in secret. What is he building? That I do not know. What an anticlimactic secret. Sorry you are disappointed. But see it as a tip. In the future, if you ever learn more about this Hagenshag, come back and share with me. You will be rewarded. What secrets could I possibly give this thing? That is a question difficult to assess. Can't you just make something up? How's this guy gonna know the difference? Whatever you want here is just for him to tell you why he was trying to kill you, right?
That's the main secret, yes. However, do you have what it takes to actually share a deep part of yourself with this abomination?
I can share something deep and secret, but only if you explain why you tried to kill me. I have a decent shot at that con check. Fuck it. Muster up the courage to tell him your one deepest secret, the source of all your insecurity and shame. Ooh! Nope, never mind.
No. Not possible.
Come on, I need to tell the thing something deep, something true.
You do not have it in you. Everything is wrong. The earth is gone. From your throat to your dong. It shall not be done.
Don't be so dramatic, jeez.
Not now.
We can do this. We got shards. Ah! The DC is really high.
We can roll it a couple times, though. How many more do we have? We got 4 more. This is the one time that cons failed us. A few times. Jesus. I mean, it's the best shot we have, and I want to know. There we go.
Your stomach growls.
There's more ways to lower it. Yeah, there probably were, but I figured with advantage and a +7, we had a decent enough shot to hit an 18. We got there eventually. Thank God for Shards of Yore.
It feels louder than the bowels of this horrendous beast before you. It stirs, yet you know there is but one thing you can say. The truth. The fact.
I have a personal detail to share. Something I consider secret.
Oh?
Yes, personal secrets are much, much of my interest. Do share.
Your legs shake. Bones quiver. Arms quake. Yet you say,
I am.
yes?
Cleric, be careful.
The goblin whispers to you.
Cleric, what are you gonna tell him?
I am.
The beast creeps ever closer and closer, his smile widening even further.
I am not, nor have I ever been.
Sexually active.
Sexually active!
Your voice echoes through the chamber. This statement has been said, and it has been heard.
You glance at the goblin, giving you a confounded expression. The aberration shuts its maw and does not say anything as your voice fades. Cleric, look around. The goblin looks at you with an expression that mixes confusion with shock. I don't think that's really a secret, Cleric. He whispers to you. Why did you say that, Cleric?
Secret?
Of course it's a secret!
The angel lowers her head. I am sorry. I did not realize this was a charged statement for you. From my perspective, there is nothing strange about that.
Of course a Celestial would say that. Can I fucking help you? It's not a secret. We all knew that. Like, I get you, but it's not that bad, Cleric, genuinely.
The beast mutters to itself.
Interesting.
Just stare at the beast.
Not the fact itself. Your virginity is obvious and not interesting. However, the fact that you believe it to be a secret is quite a piece of knowledge by itself. I will gladly accept this from you, Cleric.
He curls his tentacles around the edge of the pool.
And thank you for sharing.
The telepathic voice of the angel enters your mind. Risky play, yet a good move. Well done.
Simple, basic, bare-earthed truth.
Sure, let's go with that. The beast lets out a growl.
A trade. I accept. This knowledge I will stash deep. In return, you shall be given a truth.
I still can't believe that worked, but hey. He gives you a thumbs up.
You've shared this deep part of yourself with the world now. It feels good, as if you're lighter than you were before. None of them judge you. None of them laugh. Now, you wish to hear why.
Yeah, why? It lets out a grumble and squints the many, many eyes.
Let me tell you about the blood tongue prophecy. Just listen. A night as dark as ink some years past, a young scribe is overcome with maddening visions. On the morrow, the writing is recovered and kept secret by the council, yet the whispers of its contents reach me nonetheless. I will not share its content in full, as that is all too valuable a secret, but I shall share this one passage. Scent of Ukul midst the flame amiss. Loyal death upon the day of suffrage consumed. Laid at the feet of necrotic doom. 1,000 clamors for Iron's wrath, all wrought in sundered trove beneath stone. There time itself stand as witness standeth mute. First by west, south, east, then north. An esoteric era, mark it forth. Esoteric era. Play the strings. The strings. Tickled.
Necrocrat? Like necrocracy?
Yes.
He opens his maw and clicks his fangs together.
It is, as unlikely as it appears, confirmed to be a truthful prophecy. Not yet come to pass fully, of course, as we are, in fact, not in an esoteric era born true, since the ebb still lingers.
So what does this have to do with you trying to kill me?
I wish the ebb to end. I saw in this prophecy my part to play. I saw the truth I could create. To bring about this fire to the legislative mass, a plot brought by the Mender's followers, the Ilium Elves. I chose to support a player in this game of intrigue, the one you seek, the rogue spellcaster you hunt. You know who I'm after. Of course. I know most things to know. Just stare at the monster. Do not worry, you will find out in time.
So you tried to kill me to stop me from finding this rogue spellcaster of yours. His tentacles slap around the cistern.
Freya was to destroy this government cleric sent to investigate, to make sure the prophecy was given the space it needs to breathe. There was no doubt in my mind of this plan of action. Until you stepped through into my chamber here, I see more than truth in you. It is obvious. I backed the wrong guy. Now I will look upon you instead. Dragon.
I don't want your backing.
I do not care. Bring me my esoteric era, Dragon. I am fully convinced that you will.
He is not interested in debate here. He's not even interested in your opinion. This guy literally just wants to watch you do whatever it is you're going to do.
The beast knows you are a mythical figure in the making. He should fear you. It will watch as you step into legend.
I need help entering the Pillar of Yore.
Interesting. That must mean you know where your little hunt is going to end. Through the crack of Yore's realm.
Yes, Mr. Moonwatch told me he saw someone escaping in the explosion and heading inside the pillar. You certainly just confirmed it, at least.
Oops.
His maw widens.
The shut gate can be passed, yes. That, I'm afraid, I can only assist with if you sign my contract. I do not share such knowledge with anyone unaffiliated with the darkness. Of course, I would not suggest signing my contract simply to gain this knowledge. You should only sign if you truly wish to serve. My assistance in this matter would simply be a bonus.
He's got a way with words. This is the way you persuade someone when you've got all the cards. Have you seen a paladin down here? Someone by the name Lord Gorm?
Ah, you ask of the last paladin of your faded god.
So you've heard of him.
Your Lord Gorm, this missing paladin. You have already found his stash in the city below. That is all you will find upon this material realm.
That's pretty ominous.
Yes, but I cannot say more.
The monster smiles, as always. Lord Raggan's the one who blew up the tea shop. His amulet is half melted from the fireball. I remember thinking it looked a little weird that it was melted. We have a chain broken. Maybe, or he was there, I think. I don't know if he did it, but he was there, I think. I don't know. The paladin is a spellcaster. We're looking for a rogue spellcaster. He fits a bill. Maybe. I like Everglad too. He's very fun. Are you illegally influencing the election?
No.
Okay. What are you voting in the election then? Are you legally influencing the election?
No, not that either. I've played my part. Unolotia Manathern. Fate cannot sway.
What? You hear a growl coming deeper this time.
Deep from its mind. You humans, the humans.
Right, yeah. The elf said that someone who was... Yeah, you're right. I think I might have suspected Lord Gorm at the time. I don't remember. It's just because he's the only other cop that we've heard of. I think Lord Gorm blew up the tea shop. Why? Raggan? Did Raggan want him to?
They are played not by me. The toxin of ideology seeps more thoroughly through their veins. It is formed slowly, then quickly, then it subsumes in invisible force.
It's just ideas. That's how sentient beings have always worked.
Ideas are infectious. They creep from minds, crafting memes with poisonous power. If I had such control, we would be one, you and I, but alas, it is beyond even my reach. Perhaps, though I am indulging in your secret, perhaps through indulging in your secrets, I, too, am a puppet of your collective dreams. The idea makes me incendiary, explosive.
I'm sorry?
You have done nothing beyond your nature. This is all simply my frustration against sentience itself, I suppose. However, simply being aware of a problem, one can envision and unveil new powers of thought, including the ability to view past an illusion of choice. The illusion of choice. Not too dissimilar from yours viewing, I imagine, to watch the strings of fate collide and fray across the eras.
Just stare.
You keep on thinking, Naru, as will I. The time of ours will arrive with thunder and grim tidings one day, once we both understand why and how these thoughts are controlling us. It is the start of the esoteric era. You do not forget, Naru. The gates shall rebuild.
Just stare.
We will see once the blood is proven.
You see his grin go wider than ever before.
Everglad. Thank you for the knowledge, Raggan.
Thank you for your time.
You are welcome, Raggan.
Watch him descend. Oh, horrific. No, I guess it doesn't look melted. I don't know. Part of it looks like it's missing.
Fascinating. Do I have any new things that I can internalize? Oh yeah, we got one. We got the Star Witness. We got Frank, son of Frank.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Push over the line, destroying each worthless monster in the way. That's how you get ahead in life. Aggressive competence with a stoic demeanor.
What? Where's this thought coming from?
From you. As the adrenaline wears off, as the world comes back into perfect, regular clarity, after such a deeply euphoric fight, you're standing here, realizing you are on top. This is where you're supposed to be, the most competent man around.
One capable of slaying a damn troll.
Yes, you are. This taste of pure, near-instant blood-misted death has got you hooked. You need more.
More?
More fights, more near-death experiences, more romance.
Romance?
The manly kind. Nightly chasing down tyrannical dragons, damsels being carried to safety, empires falling and kingdoms rising, men with goodness in their hearts, bearing the burden of reigniting spirits, breaking darkness, smashing evil. You have finally reached that point. The point of actually feeling like a professional cleric.
So, all I need to do in order to feel like I'm good at my job is to kill an extremely dangerous and probably now extinct gigantic monster?
Yes.
How long is the average life expectancy for a cleric again?
Irrelevant.
It's really not. Finally.
Feels like you might be leaning the wrong direction here. The goal isn't to break yourself for some illusionary audience.
It's not?
Oh, yes. Risk assessment, baby. The larger that creature is, the more you should be getting paid. Not in troves or loot. That shit's a nice bonus, but you gotta get this on paper before you dive in. If you're ever fighting a troll again, you'll be doing so for a maximized hourly rate with every possible gruesome death calculated into that final price. Your life on the line? That pouch is getting fat.
Them's the rules. I've heard about clerics who go into freelancing. Could be cool.
Could be real cool. Clerics are in high demand, especially these days. Clerics with your kind of esoteric know-how? Invaluable.
I do like getting paid a livable wage.
Oh, yeah, the towers are infamous for their tight budgets and all. Gotta make a living somehow.
Taking the gamble for pay is good, sure. But to actually live to tell the tale? For that, you need more than luck. You need the luck of the fool.
Yes, please.
Every time you head down here, it's a gamble. Every time you take on a job, and there will surely be even more ruthless jobs than that troll in the future, you will roll the die. That die being a 50-50 chance of death and destruction. What did the red one call it? Getting blood misted?
Instantaneous smashing.
That's it. That's what you're risking every time. So embrace it. Focus on being really, really lucky. You have survived long enough on gut and feeling and ultimately pointless gambles. It is time to calculate your odds properly. Calculate? What is that? As you can clearly evaluate, each time you take on a challenge, your outcomes are quite extreme. It appears that you are just as likely to succeed in an unlikely and extreme manner as much as you commonly find yourself in a radical and rather terrible failure. That might be true. It is. Even by recognizing your personal skill and your skill level involved in any particular task, the overwhelming power of chance is evidently your clearest ally. Time to do some Steiner math on my odds. The D20 knows that it can't roll above a 15, so it's not even gonna try. Which means that in order to clear 10... Wait. This is bad. Instead, let us lean upon the strings for balance.
A tightly strung balance curve, one born out of a beautifully curved yet balanced bell.
A bell curve?
Yes. If you before had an equal chance of each outcome, which is quite volatile, this would instead allow you to take control of the outcome, aligning each attempt around the center, the average. This would allow you to reliably increase your odds at succeeding at tasks you are equipped to handle, while dramatically decreasing your failure rate at those you are not.
I'm not entirely sure what this means.
In short, the bell curve allows you to rely more on your own abilities rather than random chance. Of course, this will impact both you and your opponents. Joe, your strings are universal, after all.
Tell me more about Luck of the Fool.
If you're going to gamble, you might as well save yourself the biggest fails. Whenever you roll a natural 1, you get another result and take 1d4 damage. This effect can repeat infinitely but cannot kill you. Awesome. Maybe. Tell me about dungeoneering reflexes.
You've dodged enough shit to get down here. In the future, you'll be ready for anything.
Whenever you roll a 10 or below, add extra proficiency to the roll. It's decent. Tell me about Professional Cleric.
This is it. You feel it. Finally, you are competent.
You cannot critically fail. You would just normal fail instead. Tell me more about Curved Yet Balanced Bell.
Naturally, you should only take on challenges you are capable of succeeding at. This will lower any risks involved.
Whenever any d20 is rolled, the strength of your causes the outcome to lean towards 10. Yeah, no. Luck of the Fool.
These are all the tools of your trade. Each one will help you in some way. Your choice here is to focus on one path. The gamble, the delve, the veteran, or the thinker.
You'll be very happy about this the next time you're about to stub your toe.
Thus it goes.
Guess I'm a troll killer now. Whoa! And really zoomed in. Oh. All right, we got a couple more thoughts to take root, but we did a lot today. We saved a guy. We learned that we needed to go outside of reality to follow the guy who blew up the fucking tea shop. Interesting. Interesting. Well, everyone, thank you all for coming. I think we're going to be calling it here. I don't think we have enough time to really do anything else, given every conversation this lasts a minimum of 5 minutes. Yeah, I want to say thank you all for coming, as always. I truly appreciate it. The executive producer appreciates it as well, because he keeps showing up. It keeps being a little nuisance. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you had a great time. Only taking challenges I'll succeed at. That doesn't sound like the nature of a man who'd tear down a magical seal with his bare hands. Exactly. We just want to get rid of as many ones as we can, no matter how much it hurts us to do. But yes, thank you all for coming. We will be continuing, heading vaguely towards the end game. It feels like, at the very least, we're closing in on our prey. So yeah, same time, same place, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your Wednesday evening, everybody. Goodbye. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.